Good day, San Carlinian learners! Live airing from the Mango Bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. Keep tuning in as we bring you the latest and the best mode of learning in the name of service. This is your teacher broadcaster, DJ Rocky. Welcome to a fan-filled day of learning, only here at CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, where every Carlos and Carlene learns best. The excitement is on. We are getting into the vibes. SDO San Carlos City proudly presents CCN Broadcast Center, a live studio broadcast installed at SDO SCC for every San Carlinian learner. In the conduct of Pandemic School Year 1 and Year 2 and in support to the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan or BELCP, Schools Division Office of San Carlos City introduced various distance learning delivery modalities for implementation during COVID-19 as the key framework of the educational system in this pandemic situation, depending on the learner's availability to access learning materials. Thus, in the third quarter of school year 2020-2021, Project Prime, or Promoting Radio-Based Instruction vis-a-vis mail-based education, was launched to broaden the provision of learning opportunities and enable the delivery of equal basic education across SDO-SCC learners. A radio-based instruction program that uses radio broadcasts to deliver learning materials in collaboration with various AM or FM radio broadcasting companies. With its success, SDO-SCC aspired to have its own radio FM station to fully maximize the benefits of having such. Through the generous and ever worthwhile assistance given by the humanitarian arm of the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints and other internal and external stakeholders who in one way or another continuously renouncing their support and commitment up to the realization of Project Free. Gramercy, 21st of October, a remarkable day as our beloved SDO-SCC held the unboxing and installation moment of the technical equipment for our very first and very own CCN Broadcast Center. Here's a sneak peek.
Hello everyone! Today is one of the most exciting moments here at the Schools Division Office, San Carlos City. It is time for the unboxing of the audio-video equipment donated to us by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, specifically the International Latter-day Saint Charities with its Philippine chapter, the Latter-day Saint Charities Philippines Incorporated, to whom we are so much grateful.
The CCN Broadcast Center has the following functions on the two scenarios. During the pandemic situation, in the absence of face-to-face class, it will serve as a broadcast studio for live lessons to learners with internet connectivity, whereas lessons will be aired live via SDO-SCC YouTube channel and SDO-SCC FB page. However, learners without internet connectivity will be provided with offline video and audio lessons. A cloud-based repository or Google Drive of video and audio lessons will be maintained so that teachers can easily access them for ready distribution to learners. During the normal setting, when all goes back to the same routine where face-to-face class is permitted, it will be utilized as a broadcast studio for the live video lessons to all schools, thus will be aired via SDO-SCC FB page real-time. Offline video and audio lessons will serve as supplementary learning resources, especially to those learners who could not attend their classes. It will serve as venue for recording, editing, dubbing localized or contextualized learning materials as the target primary functions. All this and more. Of course, this wouldn't be made possible without the duly assistance and initiatives of kind-hearted people. Hats off and much of thanks to the men and women behind the realization of this project. Elder Del Hill, Sister Denny Hill, Latter-day Saints Charities Humanitarian Missionaries, Brother Jairo C. Perez, Country Director, Latter-day Saints Charities Philippines Incorporated, Area Humanitarian Manager, SDS Lourdes D. Servito for her brand of leadership and fervent drive as the prime mover of this project, along with the SDO-SCC top management, ASDS Marilu N. Cardenas, CID Chief Itira R. Piras, SGOD Chief Villamor Q. Gloria, Administrative Officer 5, Nelson B. Peralta. SDO-SCC functional divisions, particularly the Social and Mobilization Unit, under the School Governance and Operations Division, for acting out a spontaneous partnership with the donors and other stakeholders. Also, with the Curriculum and Implementation Division for the provision and quality assurance of the learning materials. Education Media Powerhouse or AMP team. SDO-SCC Teacher Broadcasters, SDO-SCC Teachers and Learners. Indeed, we are apt for a more exciting, more surprising way of learning. SDO-SCC is gearing it up easy, simply because we are all in this together. Test it up! Here's your CCN Broadcast Center, now serving you with only the best and always with a heart. Good day, Philippines. Hello, Region 1. Aloha, San Carlinian learners. Airing live from the mango bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning in to CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SCC learner, where passion is the key. Learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SCC learner.
Pleasant day to all my learners at home. Welcome to Carlos and Carlene Network. I am so glad to be with you while we are learning together. I am Vanessa, your teacher today. Make sure that you are in your comfortable place and get ready to watch, learn, and excel for today's lesson. Our objective for today is at the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify the following: point, line, subsets of line, line segments, and ray, and determine whether the given lines are parallel, intersecting, or perpendicular. Before anything else, I want you to have with you your paper and pen because we will be having a game called Guess What? Okay, are you ready? Okay. Get a piece of paper and make a dot anywhere on your paper. Are you done? Okay. Draw another dot and connect it to the first dot. Okay. Now, when you connected the dots, what do you think was formed? Perfect, it's line. So our topic for today is all about lines and intersections. But before we proceed, let's answer the following question, see and find out what you already know about our lesson, okay? Tell whether each pair of lines are parallel, intersecting, or perpendicular by writing your answer on a clean sheet of paper. Okay. Number 1. What do you think is the answer? Is it parallel, intersecting, or perpendicular? Right, it is parallel lines. What about number 2? It's intersecting lines. Excellent. What about number 3? Is it intersecting lines? Nice try. Another guess, please. Yes, very good. It's perpendicular lines. What about number 4? It's parallel lines. Good job. What about number 5? Again, it's intersecting lines. How was it? Do you think you fared well? If all your answers are correct, good job. This means that you already know much about the lesson and you may still study the module because who knows, you might learn few more new things as well. But if you got a low score, don't feel bad because this module will help you to understand more the important concepts that you can apply in your daily life. Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, point and lines. When we say point, it is a precise location or a place on a plane, and it is usually represented by a dot. Okay, what about line? A line is a geometrical object that is straight, infinitely long, and infinitely thin. Line can be defined as a straight set of points that extend in opposite directions. It has no ends in both directions. It is infinite. It is endless. So here is the example of point and line. There you have it. Okay, next. The position of a point is indicated by placing a dot with a pencil. This dot may have a diameter of say 0.2 millimeter, but a point has no size. No matter how far you zoomed in, it would still have no width. Since a point is a place, not a thing, it has no dimensions. Points are usually named by using an uppercase single letter. In the figure below, the points O, P, and Q are shown. What if a set of points all lie in a straight line? What do you call that? It is collinear. Very good. Collinear, if a set of points all lie in a straight line, they are called collinear. Points A, B, and C are collinear. Collinear is derived from the Latin word col means together and line means the same line. So collinear means points together on a line. Good. Again, line. A geometrical object that is straight, infinitely long, and infinitely thin. One-dimensional, it has zero width or it has no width. If you draw a line with a pencil, examination with a microscope would show you that pencil mark has a measurable width. The pencil line is just a way to illustrate the idea on paper. In geometry, however, a line has no width. Okay, drawn below is an example of line. Notice that the line has arrow at each end. This means that a line goes on and on toward the directions indicated by the arrows. Take note of the two capital letters below the line. These are used to indicate the name of the line. So the line, therefore, is called, very good, it's line TF. Okay, here are the examples of different kinds of lines. We have horizontal line, vertical line, and diagonal line. A straight line is the shortest distance between any 2 points on a plane. There you have it. Okay. Lines are commonly named in two ways. First, we have by any 2 points on the line. In the figure above, the line would be called line JK because it passes through the 2 points J and K. What about the second one? By a single letter. The line above could be called simply Y or line Y. By convention, this is usually a single lowercase or small letter. What if a line is not straight? What do you call that? If a line is not straight, we usually refer to it as an arc or a curve. So there are examples of a curve or an arc. So in plane geometry, the word line we usually take it to mean a straight line. Good. What about what are the subsets of line? When we say subset, a subset is a set made up of components of another set. So there are two subsets or subcategories of line in geometry. Number one, we have line segments, and number two, we have rays. So what are the difference between the two? First, line segment. It is a piece of a line that has two distinct end points. Because of these end points, unlike a line segment does not extend infinitely. Rather, it is finite with measurable length. So here is an example of segment JK. It is named using its two endpoints, so that is called segment JK. Very good. What about ray? A ray is essentially a hybrid between line and a line segment. A ray has exactly one endpoint called its origin and extends infinitely in the other direction. Like lines, rays are infinite and therefore immeasurable. So here is an example of ray. We have ray FE. There you have it. Ray is named using its endpoint first and then any other point on the ray. It is a part of line that has one endpoint and goes on endlessly in the other direction. Another example we have is a ray of light. Perfect. Okay. Now we are going to learn the different types of lines. We have intersecting, parallel, and perpendicular. So here are their differences. Number one, we have parallel lines. Parallel lines are two or more lines that are the same distance apart. These lines will never intersect or meet. There are many examples of parallel lines in the world. For example, the left and right side of the piece of a paper, the left and right side of your module, the left and the right side of the window, the table, and many other things. So when we say parallel lines, these are lines that are the same distance that run together but do not meet or cross. Very good. What about number two, intersecting lines? When we say intersecting lines, these are lines that cross at some point. They share one point, which is called the Point of intersection. It doesn't matter what the angle lines meet at. If two lines cross at a point, then they are considered intersecting lines. So here are the examples of intersecting lines we have there. So as you can see, they're really intersected and they met at a certain point called points of intersection. Okay, next we have perpendicular lines. A line is considered to be perpendicular to another line if it meets or crosses the line at a right angle or 90 degrees. Very good. So here is an example of perpendicular lines. So to sum up, I have here an example. The pairs of lines in a plane. As you can see the picture being shown on the screen, we have line AB intersects with line PQ at point C. While the parallel lines, lines that do not touch, they are always the same distance apart. Line AB is parallel to line PQ. While perpendicular lines, these are lines that cross at a right angle. Okay. For us to be able to remember what we have studied today, let's sum up what we have learned. Okay.
Good day, Philippines. Hello, Region 1. Aloha, San Carlinian learners. Airing live from the mango bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning in to CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner, where passion is the key. Learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner.
Hello.
Okay. Next slide ko. Okay, we're back at CNN. Okay, to sum up what we have studied, let's remember, a point is a precise location or a place on a plane. A line has arrows at both ends to show that it goes on and on toward both directions. It can be identified by using two capital letters. A line segment is a piece of line that has two distinct endpoints. Ray, it is a part of line that has one endpoint and goes on endlessly in the other direction. What about parallel lines? Again, these are pairs of lines that will never meet no matter how long they are extended. Intersecting lines are pairs of lines that meet at a certain point called points of intersection. Very good. Perpendicular lines are pairs of lines that form right angles at their point of intersection. Okay, so now I want to assess your learnings from our lesson. Okay, enumerate the pairs of lines in the given figure. Identify whether each pair form parallel, intersecting, or perpendiculars. Okay, let's have it. Start with line CD and line AB. What do you think is the answer? Okay, write your answer in a clean sheet of paper. Next, line AB and line EF. Next, we have line AB and line GH. Next, we have line EF and line GH. Okay, finalize your answers. I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay. Okay, if your answers are like this, then it's very good. Let's start with number 1. Line CD and line AB are perpendicular lines. Why is that? Because line CD and AB they meet at a certain point and they form at a right angle or 90 degrees. What about line AB and line EF? These are intersecting lines because they meet at a certain point called point of intersection. Next, what about line AB and line GH? Again, it's like intersecting lines like the line AB and line EF. What about line EF and line GH? Parallel lines. Very good, because they never cross, they never meet, they are at the same distance apart, thus they are considered to be parallel lines. What about this next figure? Okay, what about line LM and line NO? What do you think is the answer? Excellent, it's parallel lines. What about number 2? Line TU and line LM. It's intersecting lines. What about number 3? We have line RS and line LM. It's perpendicular lines. Good job. What about number 4? We have line LM and line PQ. What is that? It's intersecting lines. What about last item, number 5? We have line RS and line NO. What is your answer? It's perpendicular lines. Great job. So, as I can see that everyone got high score. So for your assignment, this time, I want you to define what angle is and list down the different types of angles and how they are measured. Okay? So thank you. This has been Teacher Van saying sa ALS, math tututo ka at magiging math tinik ka. Tara na! See you next time!
Good day, Philippines. Hello, Region 1. Aloha, San Carlinian learners. Airing live from the mango bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning into CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner, where passion is the key. Learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner.